Good morning, everyone, and I am here today with Janet Franklin from Tarragindi. Janet, welcome and thank you so much for speaking with us today. Now, what we have here in this beautiful display are our Frontier Services cards, Christmas cards for this year, and I understand you've had a wonderful relationship with Frontier Services and Tarragindi. Would you like to share a little bit about that with us?
Yes, it's my privilege to be here actually to promote these Christmas cards for Frontier Services. We have had them each year, and because of COVID this year there was some doubt that we might be able to use them as fundraising for the wonderful work that Frontier Services does in our inland to isolate people all over the country. They are beautiful cards this year, and I think with the Indigenous paintings on each of them, there is a message for each of us in the coming together and understanding of our Indigenous people. So I hope that other members of Southside Uniting Church will take on board this as a way of supporting our bush chaplains through this time, very difficult time. One of the letters that Janine wrote through the year mentioned that they need $200,000 to support the ministry to the inland people, and this is one way that we can make our contribution. So please use them if you would like. I think we want to keep in touch with so many of our friends across Australia, overseas, and they're beautiful cards and a lovely message for Christmas.
So these cards have been painted by Pastor Julia Lennon, and she is a Pitjantjatjara woman from the Unadada region. She has painted some beautiful images here of traditional dot paintings, and they are a great Christmas gift, Christmas card for us to send, especially for those people who are aware of the wonderful work of Frontier Services. Packets of these will be available at each of our worship centres, and if you have any questions or if you find that they've all gone and you'd like to get another one, please reach out to me and you will find my details at the end of this video. Thank you very much, Janet.
It's been my privilege. Thank you, Esteban, for inviting me to do this.
Church, I'm also really excited to share with you about what we've got in store for our Outback Barbecue. But before I do, I'm going to invite Janet to share a little bit about the connection that Tarragindi has had with this awesome fundraising event for Frontier Services.
Thank you, Esteban. Last year, the first year really that I have been involved at Tarragindi with the barbecue, one of our wonderful ladies letterbox dropped in the neighbourhood, and we were hoping for more people just to walk in. We held the barbecue on the grass outside Tarragindi Church, and it was a beautiful evening and people came. We had a tiny time of devotion before we sat down to the meal, and it was just wonderful. But we did have 2 or 3 of the neighbours, children included, who came, and that was our intention of trying to involve people outside of the church and make them aware of how we were raising the funds for Frontier Services work to the inland. Yes, but I think we combined with Pine Mountain a couple of years ago and had an Outback barbecue there with them, but they had done all of the arranging, and it was a wonderful experience too, just drawing on people outside the church. So yes, I hope Esteban's got a wonderful idea, and I'm going to let him talk about how we plan to hold it this year.
Oh, thank you, Janet. Well, it's not my idea. It's come from a whole team of people, but I think it's an excellent way for us to do it. Church, as you know, with COVID restrictions, we've encountered all sorts of different issues as we're trying to do the events that we so love and cherish in the life of our community. So when it comes to the Outback Barbecue, we thought, hey, wouldn't it be great if we use this as an opportunity to be missionaries in our own neighbourhoods And in the same way that the Frontier chappies and padres go out into the community, we're inviting you to do the same thing, but a little bit different. What we're inviting you to do is, if you want to participate in the Outback Barbecue at Southside Uniting Church, you can invite your friends to come over for a barbecue at your house during the month of November. And what you can do is let me know, connect with me, and we will get to you some promotional printouts and other things like that so that you can have those on display. Take photos with your friends, post them on Facebook, Instagram, or email them through to us, and we'll post it to the Facebook community group and a Facebook page. And we're going to be able to then share with all of our community about this great way for us to share about the ministry that is going on in the Outback through Frontier Services. Now, you might be wondering, how do we do fundraising in this space? Well, part of that material is going to have the information for people to make direct deposits towards Frontier Services. Another thing you might want to do is get some of these Christmas postcards, and perhaps your friends, family, and neighbors might like to pick them up. And so what we're saying is that as part of the barbecue, instead of people bringing salad or drinks or other things like that, they can put that little money towards Frontier Services, and we know it's going to go a long way. So, Janet, thank you so much for sharing with us today. I'm sure you're passionate about this. Are you looking forward to going to an Outback barbecue this year?
I certainly am, and I'm going to try to have one at my home. So
awesome.
Please ask your friends, make it known that you're going to hold an Outback barbecue for Frontier Services.
And if you'd like to know more, please come and speak to me, Reverend Esteban, Outreach Minister. Or if you're a Tarragindi and you see Janet, say g'day, and she can share with you a little bit more about Frontier Services and the amazing history and connection we've got there. Other than that, thank you so much for watching.